Okay, so I am here with Coop,
What's
and
up?
I just wanted to bring you this creative and talk a little bit with Coop and with all of you about this is one of my favorite creatives. And so this individual actually kind of inspired what I do today, so I definitely wanted to get some interview time with all of you and then bring this creative onto video with me and do an interview.
Hell yeah.
And I'm bringing this all to you.
Yeah, I'm glad to do this. I'm happy to do this, so thank you, first of all. And yeah, hello everyone.
So I also wanted to talk a little bit about this individual. So Coop is very down to earth and very just really inspired me in the community of creatives because they're just very down to earth. They're very real. They're very themselves, and I think that's awesome. So let's get started with this interview.
Cool. Hell
Awesome.
yeah, thanks.
Great. So how did you get into making music?
When I was a kid, I saw my dad playing guitar, and we'd listen to Kiss and Van Halen all the time. And Van Halen was the band. I'm like, I want to be the greatest guitar player of all time. And when you're younger, that's cool. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't even care to be the greatest guitar player of all time. I just want to see other people play well, and I want to play well, and I want to do good at what I do good at. And then now that I'm older again, Beach Boys, his songwriting, Brian Wilson's songwriting, that is what inspired me to write good songs. So Beach Boys, Van Halen, Kiss, Pantera, Megadeth, those are the bands I'm like, I want to do music. This is what I want to do. Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of who inspired you?
Yeah, Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen for sure. It's funny, when I was growing up, I didn't know it was Van Halen I was listening to. My dad had Van Halen 1 on cassette tape, and we'd listen to it every day to school when I was in elementary school, when I was a kid, like a kid. And it would always be Jamie's Crying. I didn't know it was Van Halen at the time. And then as I got older, I found out it was Van Halen. I'd get into Kiss. My brother got into Iron Maiden. And then I remember, that's classic rock stuff. So Thin Lizzy, I love Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy's sick. But then I remember, my dad had a Pantera CD. And it was Cowboys from Hell. He's like, don't listen to this. Don't take this CD. This is mine. Don't ruin it. So naturally, I take it. I listen to it. I ruin it. And I listen to it. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I want to do extreme heavy metal. I want to do metal. So I immediately went downstairs to my basement and just played guitar for hours, trying to make the heaviest stuff that a 14-year-old could do.
Yes.
Yeah. So Pantera for sure too, and Megadeth. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. So those are also your most important musical influences?
Oh yeah, big time. As a kid and still now, yeah. One's as an adult, Harry Nilsson, he wrote Lime of the Coconut, he wrote Without You, the song that everyone knows, those are the songs that everyone knows. Harry Nilsson, Brian Wilson, Beach Boys, as an adult. Just because their songwriting is so good, it's so pure, and it's pop music technically, but it's just really good songwriting. It's catchy, and it's really complex with complex chords. A lot of people talk crap on the Beatles because I get it. Everyone likes the Beatles, but their music is simple. But when you really dig deep into it, you can tell that there's a lot of thought going on with the chords they're playing. The chord progressions.
Nice. What are your favorite genres?
My favorite genre is it's probably metal. It's probably specifically thrash metal is my favorite.
Nice.
My favorite thrash metal band I probably shouldn't name, just because they kind of that's a whole thing about them. But I mean, Megadeth is really good. I love Toxic Holocaust. We've opened up for Toxic Holocaust before, Municipal Waste.
Nice.
Yeah, they're so cool. Joel Grind's sick. Yellow Goat. Yeah, thrash metal. I think thrash metal is my one.
Yes. Yeah. So what is a genre you enjoy that might surprise your audience?
I don't know if it's really a genre, but I guess pop music, a lot of pop. Specifically Doja Cat. I love Doja Cat.
Yes.
She's a bad bitch.
She's one of my favorites, so I can understand.
She's awesome. And plus, her as a person, she seems pretty cool too.
Oh,
Yeah, she's cool.
so we already talked a little bit about this, but what brand of speaker or monitor do you prefer or recommend?
I really like anything Yamaha. Anything Yamaha.
Nice.
Yamaha's a good brand. I don't have any like specifics. Like I think there's a Yamaha speaker called like the RB 112, which is like probably a 112 speaker, monitor or whatever.
What does that mean? 112?
So it's like it's a 112-inch speaker in a cab.
gotcha.
Yeah. And yeah, if it's Yamaha, it's gonna be good. Like that's the way to go. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, dude. Yamaha.
Hell yeah. What do you do before a performance that helps you get in the zone?
It depends on the band, but I guess the same thing that I do every time. I kind of like try to find like my own time to be like alone kinda, and kind of like do some push-ups and jump around and just kind of like loosen up my hands. I do like these stretches like that for both my hands, and it like stretches my forearms.
Oh, nice.
And I probably play an hour before I go on stage too. I'm just like sitting there noodling, doing nothing, but it's just getting my hands and fingers loosened up.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you would like your audience to know about you or your creative skills?
I put a lot of time into it. I guess if it's something I want people to know, it's that it's not luck, because I've been told a lot, dude, you're so lucky with the talent you have, which, thank you. Like, I know what people are saying, they're being nice, but it's not luck. Like, I practice every day,
Oh, yeah,
all
I've seen
day.
you mention that before.
Yes.
Yes. You have to practice.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's another thing too. I'd like people to know for themselves, that they're like, how do you get to that next level? And I was like, well, how much do you practice? Like, well, I haven't played in a month. Well, there you go. You need to play every day. You need to practice. Yeah.
Yes. What is the most interesting experience you've had on tour?
I got drugged with laxatives.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was an herbal tea, and it's supposed to loosen things up, obviously, down there. There was that. There was one time on tour back in 2017, and it was the last day of tour, and we were at Rapid City, and this was Xenophonic and Orpheus. I was on my belly on a skateboard, and just pushing myself on the skateboard, and my vocalist and my drummer, he jumps on my back while I'm on the skateboard and starts riding me like a skateboard and scraped my hand all the way up. There was another one when we were in Philadelphia. We stayed at this guy's house. Thank you, Mike. Stayed at this dude's house, and he has like a ton of like dead stuff, like a ton of like real human skulls. He has a whole wall of like human skulls. And I've been to other houses where like, this is my human skull, don't touch this. But this guy was like, you can touch it, you can do whatever you want to. So I touched every single human skull I could. That was pretty cool. I really liked that.
Yes.
And I'm sure there were
That would
thousands.
be an experience.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's like a ton of other stories I can't think of right now, but there's lots of stuff.
Thank you. What is the most difficult thing about being a musician?
Difficult thing, I mean, we don't make money, so that sucks. People expect our art for free, that sucks.
I mean, we were just talking about that a little bit earlier too, and we talked about how a lot of people really do think that there's money in the music industry, and from even personal research, and talking to real people, I have learned that that's not exactly the thing.
Yeah, you definitely have to fight tooth and nail for your money. You have to believe in yourself enough to hold your art at a high enough value and standard that you can make money. You know, we're getting ready to go on this European tour. I don't know if I can talk about this. I can't talk about this. Okay.
I respect
Yeah.
that. And then, what is the most fulfilling?
This is my favorite thing to do in the world. Playing guitar, writing music. That's the most fulfilling thing. Like, playing on stage for people is cool. Like, it definitely provides goals to do stuff. But like, if I quit all my bands today or tomorrow or yesterday, I would keep playing music. So like, that's fulfilling, to go home and play guitar and just decompress and find the therapy in there for my brain, because I need it.
Yes. And you just mentioned this, but it is definitely about believing in yourself. Your success comes from believing in yourself.
No one else is going to believe in you, so you better do it for yourself.
Exactly. Hell yeah. how do you deal with creative blocks or performance anxiety?
Oh, the anxiety thing. I don't know. It's so weird with me personally. I'm sure it's different for everyone else, obviously. But I mean, there will be times where like, I just played a show in Fargo, and it's just a one show. It's a normal, easy show. There's nothing on the line. There was not a bunch of money on the line. There was nothing. I go there and I am just flipping out before the show. Like I'm like in my head freaking out, and I don't know why. Like and I'm on stage, and I'm headbanging and I'm just doing the thing, playing guitar. Don't miss a note. I don't mess up like that big. But in my head the whole time I'm freaking out. I'm thinking too hard about the song, and I think I'm going to be messing up the song because I'm thinking too hard about the song. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Just because I'm thinking about it, I'm going to mess it up. And yeah, I don't know how to deal with it. I just kind of do it, you know, I guess.
I think that's something that a lot of stage performing creatives.
I just see a lot of people, and I've had a lot of friends that go to like literally, I'm gonna go get a beer, and then next time it's 2 beers, next time it's 5 beers, and it's 10 beers, and they can't play their set before because they have anxiety, and I don't want to get too drunk before going on stage because music is that important to me. I'd rather deal with anxiety on stage rather than be a drunken mess on stage and devalue my performance in that way, I guess.
Nice. How do you navigate writer's block or inspiration as a musician?
I try to find new music to listen to.
Yes.
And sometimes it's even just like, this is going to be funny, sometimes it's like finding new new TV show to watch. Something that's actually interesting with a cool story. Like that can be inspiring. Seeing someone like I guess a good example is when I first got into the Beach Boys, I was just getting into it for a joke, like to give my buddy a hard time. It's into surf music. And just how creative and like how big of a musical force Brian Wilson is, it inspired me to be like, I want to be a musical force. I want to be that. I'm going to try and be that. And that inspired me to write a bunch of crazy music and finding other people that inspire me. Yeah.
Nice. How does where you live affect your music career? I mean, I'm sure that living in the Midwest is not easy.
It's definitely harder for sure, but I mean, right now, if you do your legwork online, the internet is a whole, it's where everything happens, honestly, and that it sucks that it's like that, because, I mean, the band Gorgatron that I'm in, that band is the music is sick. You listen to the music, it's sick. You go online, you see that we have funny jokes and we have cool inside jokes and people love that. But people don't really get it. As much as people love Gorgatron, they don't really get it until they see him live. Gorgatron is awesome live.
Yes.
That's the thing to do.
I can, yes.
So
yeah.
I guess to answer the question, it does affect it in the live performance way. But if you want to get anywhere, you got to have an internet presence. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And I can definitely say that online is definitely a different sound than in person.
Yeah, even just listening to CD.
Person, yes. What can your fans expect from a live show?
Intensity, fun, getting away from dumb crap that happened at work or with your partner or whatever. You can get away from that with us. And it's not even just the live performance, it's just coming and hanging out with us. We're not hanging out in the green room the whole time. We're out partying with people too. So
yes.
So yeah, come with us and hang out and get away from that shit.
I really enjoy your interpersonal communication skills, and you're very personable in person at your shows.
Yeah, I do love people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
What do you wish for your fans' experience to be?
I hope they just walk away having a good time. I hope they enjoyed the show. I hope they smile, and I hope. Because there's a few times where I've seen a whole show, and the first 3 bands are awful. For whatever reason, fill in the blank. We've all been to those shows. And then that last band just kicks so much ass that they recover the whole show. They made the whole night. And that's what I would like to do. I would like to be the band that doesn't suck, and I would like to make your night. That's what I would want to do.
Yes. What is your favorite song you've written?
Song I've written? Probably Cast into Oblivion by Orpheus. Yeah, that was the first song where I was okay, I wrote something good. I wrote something cool, and I really like it. It felt like it was very me. Yeah, Cast into Oblivion.
So you heard that from Coop. Go check that song out if you haven't heard it.
Yeah.
And if you have, still go check out that song. Was there anything in particular that inspired you when writing?
Gosh, it's so. This is gonna be funny. I was while writing the newest Orpheus album that hasn't been released. I don't know if it will ever be released. I was watching a lot of this show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it's really weird plots and really weird storyline. And I got inspired by like wanting to write like 10-minute long thrash metal epic songs and write this crazy story. So that was inspiring to me at that time. And yeah, again, sometimes it's just finding someone that I'm like, I want to be that impactful with my music as Brian Wilson was with his music in the 60s. And
Yes.
I would like to do that too. But
When we first met, you were sharing an experience that I noticed was the same as what you post. You stated, you can't fake authenticity, which I highly respect. Can you elaborate a little on living authentically and embracing your individuality? And would you say that has benefited your music career?
I think it's benefited me in a way where it's like I think a lot of people see someone that's that's they're comfortable in their own skin, and I don't feel like most people are. So when someone sees, yeah, I mean, even me at times,
It's intimidating.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
But
yes.
I feel like most people see that and they go, I want to be like that. I wish I could be comfortable in my skin like that person or that person or that person, whoever it is. And yeah, I think that helps me in a way because people gravitate towards something like that.
Yeah,
And
yes.
being a musician, that's very helpful. Yeah, it's hard for me to not be me. And that's why I
feel that.
always applaud people. I'll get drunk some nights and I'll send out some messages to people. I'm like, hey man, I just want you to say I want to say I appreciate you for being yourself, because it's hard to be yourself, especially now in a
Yes.
world where people just want to not be themselves.
Yes, thank
As
you.
cliche and mundane as that sounds.
Hell yeah, be yourself. We are all fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What makes your music different from others in the industry?
With Orpheus, which that's no longer a band anymore, I think the difference with that band was like I was writing 10 to 15 minute songs, like that's thrash. When most thrash music is like 3-minute songs and it's about drinking beer and partying and eating pizza. Like I was writing songs about just a crazy storyline about two brothers, and yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't even know if
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
get released. But yeah, 10-minute songs, that's different for sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. That's really long. How did you develop your music skills?
Playing every day,
Yes.
worshiping Eddie Van Halen, worshiping Eddie, worshiping Dime, and worshiping Dave Mustaine, like those, and just trying to learn how they play their stuff exactly, and then try to make it my own too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How has your skills and sound evolved throughout your time as a musician?
I think just like with everyone, I think just with time it matures. And that's like the important thing. Like you see a lot of bands and then you see a lot of players where it's like you just haven't really gotten to that like matured level of playing. You know, I think that helps with what helps with that is playing live, playing on stage a lot and as much as you can. Because you don't really, playing in your bedroom or playing in your basement all day, every day, you're only doing that. You don't know how sound works in different venues and stuff like that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What is the best music advice you given to you?
Given to me
Yes.
to quit doing music.
That was the best?
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
I feel like that's the next question. What was the worst? To quit?
To also quit.
That's
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't ever give up on yourself.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I love music too much to quit.
Yes.
But,
yes.
yeah.
All right. Is there anything you want our audience or community to know about you as Coop or a local creative?
I think most people, like, if people know me, they know what I'm about. They know I'm kind and nice and approachable.
Yeah, right? I
Yeah.
met you first online, and that's what I...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got from you.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And then meeting you in person, even more so.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess if you want to know anything, come up and ask me.
Hell yeah. Any words or any words of advice or encouragement to the same or similar creatives?
Yeah, be yourself. Practice a lot, play a lot, perfect your
Practice.
craft. Practice a lot. Don't stop practicing. Get out of your head and
Yes.
focus on yourself. And don't worry about drama that doesn't concern you. And even if it does concern you, the drama's probably happening because those people aren't doing anything. So worry about yourself, focus on yourself, focus on your music, focus on whatever your craft is as a creative. Don't worry about what people are saying to you or behind your back. Just do you. Let your actions speak for that.
Indeed. And you've said to believe in yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Which album and which song is your favorite?
Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Wouldn't It Be Nice, specifically, the song.
Nice.
That's easy. 1966. Yep.
Hell yeah. What instruments do you play? Are there any you aspire to play in the future?
I'd love to play violin someday, but violin's it's so hard. Like, the technique is so hard. And it's one of those things where it's like, I love it so much that I don't want to learn to play it because I don't want to be frustrated with it. I just want to enjoy it for what it is. So I probably won't ever do that. I like bass a lot. Bass is really cool. Thundercat's one of my favorite bass players.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where can our audience or other creatives connect with you, whether in the community or online?
Online, I'm on Instagram a lot, which is just Coop, Coop, Schuh, Shoe. And then Facebook, which is Coop Schuh, Schuh.
Oh yeah, and then attend any of his shows. Fucking
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'll be on the road again a lot in April in the States, and then Europe in June and July, and then I think Canada
Oh, nice.
in August, I think. So yeah, come on, see a show. We'll post it on Gorgatron Facebook
yeah.
page and Instagram.
Yes, thank you. What is your favorite brand or style of guitar or other instrument?
Jackson's the big one. That's my favorite. With metal, at least. I really love Gibsons. I really like Gibson guitars a lot. And that's specifically because the finish, it's a nitrocellulose finish. It's lacquer, and a lot of people don't do lacquer anymore because of the environment and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like Gibson and Jackson. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Any cool or funny facts our community can learn about you today?
Funny facts or... What was the question? Funny facts or what?
Any cool or funny facts our community can learn about you today?
I'm just a big dumb idiot. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, great. And I've been following you for a while because you're fucking hilarious. So
Thanks, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. I like joking around.
Hell yeah. Can you share with us the difference in feelings or experiences you get from on stage compared to jamming in like a small group or even by yourself?
It depends. Like, sometimes it's all the same feeling. Like, if I'm at home playing, like, on my couch and I'm just really into, like, a riff, or, like, I find something, like, a new riff that I'm just like, this is sick, it gives me the same feeling as, like, playing at Slam Dakota in front of 500 people. Also, shout out Les Watkins. Slam Dakota is the sickest festival in the Midwest, maybe the United States.
Hell
Slam
yeah.
Dakota, Les Watkins.
Yes. What is the biggest crowd you experienced, and what stood out to you from that experience?
I think it was Slam Dakota. It's so funny. So the biggest crowd has definitely been Slam Dakota. I think there was like 400 or 500 people there. Like, I think it was almost sold out. It was pretty sick. And the coolest thing about that was, like, when there was that many people there were a ton of people up front, like, getting crushed on the stage. So they were just on the stage grabbing my feet and grabbing me, and I was grabbing. It was just cool.
Hell yeah.
And I remember at the end of the show, I just gave my guitar to the crowd, and I didn't know where it went. I was like, I hope I get my guitar back.
Yes.
But I mean, that was the biggest crowd. One of my favorite shows of all time was at a local show here in Omaha at O'Leaver's. It's such a small bar. I'm sure you've been to O'Leaver's. It's tiny, and we packed that place. But packing that place is with 20 people. So we had like 30 people in there, and it was so cool, like, having that place packed to the gills. It was sick. Yeah.
I actually haven't been there yet. I'm gonna have to
cool.
check that out.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
very hipsterish bar.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
No, what is the wildest experience you've had as a musician?
As a musician,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if this is the wildest thing, but like one of the first things that come to mind is just seeing Eddie Van Halen for the first time.
Ooh.
That was like so cool. I was in
Yes.
4th grade. It was 2004. It was Sammy Hagar. Yeah, just seeing Eddie was so cool. Yeah.
Yes. And what is the most beneficial experience you've had?
Benefit, dude. Yeah, just the amount of time and energy I put into this.
Yes.
Sometimes doesn't always feel like it pays off, but there's a lot of moments also where it's like this. I'm so glad I put a lot of time and energy and I focused on this, and it pays off. It does pay off if you keep with it.
Yes, yes. Were you giving any advice that influences your experience or quality now?
Just don't let people drag you down. People worry about the wrong things, and let them go ahead and worry about the wrong things, and just keep focusing on yourself. Focus on your craft.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't let people worrying about the wrong things get you down.
Yes. Which or I guess we've already answered this. Musicians, legends. So the question was, which musicians or legends give you inspiration? But
Eddie Van Halen, Brian Wilson, Harry Nilsson. Dude, actually, there's a band, Zoth,
Ooh.
from Seattle. Tyler Sturgill, or Sturgill. I'm sorry, Tyler. I forgot. It's either Sturgill or Sturgill. He's the frontman of Zoth, and it is the coolest like space death metal out there. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm glad I asked you.
Zoth is sick.
Yes. What is the funniest story you can recall from your experience?
Like music experience stuff.
Doesn't have to be music. Can just be whatever you want them to know.
Oh man, funniest experience. I don't know. So this is one of those things where like you had to be there, but we got done going to the movies, and this isn't even musical. This is just a funny thought that comes to my mind. It was raining. We got out of the movie theater, and my buddy was like, "All right, guys, I'll see you later." And my big group of friends, we were just standing there talking, like under the porch thing, so we weren't getting rained on. And we're all talking, and we're watching our buddy that just left drive through the rain slowly, like 5 miles an hour in a parking lot, no cars, and he's just driving through the spots because there's no cars, and there were huge lights in there because it's nighttime. It was nighttime. We were getting out. And you know how some of those lights have those huge like cement cylinders at the bottom of them, so like if you run into it, it's not going to topple over. He just slams right into one. He must have not had his seatbelt on because his whole head goes flying forward, and we all watched this happen. His hair goes flying forward, and we all just went, "Oh my god!" It was really funny. Again, you had to be there. But
Indeed.
yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite piece of equipment?
Man, right now it's my Jackson, my Warrior, my 7-string Davidson Warrior that I painted salmon. That's my favorite. That's my favorite guitar. Yeah.
Yes. I was hoping you were going to tell me like an aux cord or something.
Yeah, like a cable. Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool if we're going to name cables because I want to learn that too, but
1/4-inch cables
a
are
lot
pretty
more
sick.
interesting than
Yeah.
Yes. Any words you'd like to share with your fellow creatives or our community?
I think I've said a lot of it already tonight, but
Yes.
I mean, just recent stuff I've been dealing with. Just do yourself, take care of yourself. Again, don't worry about what other people are saying, no matter what. Do your thing, be yourself, because if people are going to be worried about the words you say or the words you speak, even online, then they're wasting your time. They're not worrying about their craft. They're worrying about you. So worry about yourself.
Yes. All right, and then you already told us that we can follow you on Instagram, correct?
Yep.
Is there anything on Rosetta's creative network can do for you as a creative, whether it is
You're doing it right
us as
now.
the community or okay,
You're doing it.
perfect.
This is sick. You got to do
Perfect.
this more.
Yes.
Do this.
You
Yeah.
can definitely look forward to more.
No
Oh,
one
yeah.
no one does this stuff. You should do this stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if we didn't have the internet, what is one thing you would do to continue pursuing your... Let me say this again. If we didn't have the internet, what is one thing you would do to continue pursuing your creations?
I would probably do all the same things I do online, but I would do it in like the physical world. So like hanging up flyers, like doing basically how they used to do it back in the day. Hang up flyers. I would play probably a lot more shows, and I would promote myself physically more.
Yes.
I guess like speaking to people and telling them what I'm doing. Because most of the time it's all in the Facebook social media world now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So thanks for this interview.
Dude, thank you.
and
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this video. I will be bringing you more videos and bringing you more creatives like Coop. And if you want an interview, hit me up. We can schedule something. All right. Thanks for wetting my wiener with your favorite sauce. And I'll see you later.
Peace.